This is a review on G.I. Joe Retaliation, the G.I. Joe Trooper, and there are two different versions. One that has a light blue and one that has a tan look to it. You could tell the difference by looking at the cape in the packaging or the neck collar. It does not have a base. I just put the base there, otherwise the figure is going to fall. But this action figure has an incredible amount of accessories. You won't even believe how many things that this is packed with. And what's really great is there's no ridiculous gimmicks. You know, a lot of those G.I. Joe figures, they have some ridiculous gimmick, some huge weapon, or some other item that you're never really gonna use for display. But on this G.I. Joe figure, all of the weapons and parts you can use and it would look good. Or you could give it to other action figures because this one has so much, and I've not even shown you all the parts on this figure. It also has a head you could use instead of having the helmet on. And this cape, which I really don't like when you put it on, because it covers up most of the body and you want to show the figure in action, right? And it looks like kind of like a cheap plastic cape, this brown one. And if you get more than one figure, it's pretty cool. You could have an unmasked look to it. And just gonna show you the figure here. The first thing that I look at is when I show you the close-up later of the face, the helmet. It kind of reminds me of Halo, like the Master Chief in that Halo universe. Maybe that was the inspiration. To me, when I first looked at the figure, that's my impression. How this really cool figure, I think it's worth getting, even though it's probably not movie accurate or even comic accurate. Just for an army builder, it's really cool. I gotta show you all the weapons this figure has. This gun looks pretty good. Has this long rifle. Okay, there's a second weapon. On the backpack here, another weapon, 3. Right here, the backpack, small handgun, 4. Another one, 5. This one, 6. Another one, 7. It has a removable gas mask. Already mentioned the unmasked head. Has all of that. Has this cape look to it. It has a removable shovel, which could also be used as a weapon. It has this backpack, which you can remove. And right here on the side has one knife, and that's right, a second knife. You can take this off here. So let's look at all of those pieces. That is a huge amount of accessories. Usually never gives that many on a figure. This is the figure itself. I'm going to show you the close-up. If you look at the head, even though it has a blue visor, and hopefully it's going to come in clear here, it's sort of Halo-like. At least that's my interpretation of it. It's a black vest here. It's pretty detailed. Green costume. Took off the helmet, put on the other head. You could see here. And you could also put on the gas mask if you want. And it looks pretty good if you put the gas mask on. Then you could put this like a cape on the character if you want. So it kind of looks okay in a combination, especially if you get more than one figure, so you could have a variation. But overall, just don't use the cape or the gas mask. You can't remove the collar here. That's a permanent attachment to the figure, the collar, so Unless you want the light blue, I would go for the tan as it's a more realistic look. And I'll show you articulation, side to side, up and down. Shoulders, side to side, up and down. One point at the elbow, and you can spin it. Same here. And you can spin the wrists here, and the hands could hold the weapons. They're both open grips. Upper body, you can turn side to side. And the legs, side to side, up and down. Double knee articulation. And even the ankles, they have that new articulation of side to side, up and down. So you could really get some good poses with the figure. In my opinion, this G.I. Joe Army Builder Trooper has a good visual look to the figure, especially with the helmet on. It looks like a kick-ass fighter. And when you add in all of these weapons that you could either use for this figure or give to other characters in this scale, I think it's a worthwhile purchase and something to consider getting if you're a fan of the series. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. So many to pick. Which one should I choose? I'll let you decide.